Let's do the same problem again, but this time I've got a fraction out in front. What I want to do is factor that negative 2/3 out of these first two terms, and then you might already get stuck here. Ooh, how do I handle this fraction? Remember, I'm dividing it out. I'm going 6 divided by negative 2/3. And whenever I divide by a fraction, I multiply by the reciprocal. So I really have 6 times negative 3/2, and that will be negative 18 over 2, which is negative 9. So I'm going to have a negative 9x inside the parentheses, space, and move that minus 7/3 over to the right. Okay, now I need to do my cut in half square routine. Negative 9 is going to cut in half to negative 9/2 and square to 81/4. Yuck. Now, what is that? Well, it's not really even 81/4. It's not even positive. It's negative something, so we're going to have to add. Notice 3 will cancel with 81, making 27, and 2 will cancel with a 4, making 2. So we've really subtracted 27/2, and we need to add 27/2 over there on the right to compensate. Okay, let's complete the square. Let's put x in front of our parentheses and complete the square, get our leading coefficient, bring down the y equals. Now I need to add on the right, and I need a common denominator, which will be 6. This first fraction will be multiplied by 2 over 2, so the numerator becomes negative 14 up there. Down below here we're multiplying by 3, so up above we multiply by 3 and get 81. 81 minus 14 is 67, so we've got plus 67 over 6. Yuck! All those fractions are no fun. But at least we're done with that portion of the problem. The vertex will be at positive 9/2, comma 67 over 6. Now we need to figure out 2 additional points on each side, and we're going to use the fact that we have a kind of slope of negative 2/3, which tells us we're going to rise negative 2/3, and we're going to run 1 to get to our first point. Now, running 1 means we're going to run 2 halves either direction, so we're going to have 7/2 on one side, and we're going to have 11/2 on the other side. Okay, now we need to subtract 2/3. Well, we've got 67 over 6, and we want to subtract 2/3, but let's think of that as, or plus and minus, 4 over 6. If I subtract, I get 63 over 6, which is going to reduce to 21/2. Now, why did I put plus or minus? I really didn't need the plus because I was only subtracting because the rise was negative.